So let's kick it off here on the Halcyon Fold. On the left-hand side, Dingo playing Arden, Radix again playing Celeste, Dark Potato is picking again here Rona. Rebel RK is going for Catherine, Bookie is playing Glaive, and Troy also Celeste. So Mirror Celeste on the Fold, the others are picking different heroes. So let's jump down. There we go. So in the bottom, a lot of action going on early game. Dingo, Dark Potato here connecting onto Bucky and Arkai, locking down here those two with a stun. And on the lane, let's quickly zoom out. Arkai might fall here. What a damage from Dark Potato. And in the meantime, Radix killing off Troy. He was totally unexpecting that situation to happen, and Bookie forced to go back as well.
Yeah, absolutely crazy amount of aggression. That's what Gamers2 is, again, known for, is just the insane amount of early aggression they come out with. And Rona just fits into that perfectly. They were able to get their hands on Rona finally for the first time in this matchup. And I'm really looking forward to see what Dark Potato can do on this, as they're looking for another kill. Bucky this time is going to get one kill first, and it's actually going to then be traded. It was actually Rebel Troy picking up the first kill there, not Bucky. Celeste stealing that one away. But 3-1 in favor of Gamers2. But this is almost eerily similar to how the previous game went between these two.
Wow. So yeah, great start off here again. Gamers2 with the early aggression, as you said. That's pretty interesting. But I mean, to quickly review what happened the last match, they got pushed back so hard, and there was a lack of aggression. They were kind of feared to fight against RebelLion in late game. Due to the huge push from RebelLion, the Kraken pushes, they really tried with all forces and all power they had to break through this Gamers2 wall, in the end succeeding. So I'm very interested to see how this is going to turn out here.
Yeah, Dark Potato and Dingo going to be getting a little bit collapsed on, but Bucky not on the same page with his team there, as he was backing off as the other two tried to go in. And now it could be Dingo and Dark Potato looking for a fight. They're going to go in onto Bucky, getting a lot of damage taken, actually, as Bucky's able to turn that around very quickly. But then a huge burst going on Bucky, especially as Radix rotated on down. In the end, just going to be everyone dispersing and no kills getting picked up.
Yep, so both teams are still trying here to do the picks. Interesting team fights going on. And once again, if you just tuned in, so this is the Vainglory League Season 1 qualifier in Europe, ladies and gentlemen. This is the round of 16. We're playing best of 3 single elimination, and we just have seen both teams winning a match. So Gamers2 took down the first match, RebelLion able to turn down the second match. So now this is the third match without any restrictions here, no bans, no draft. Donjon, I think you have something to tell us. Is that right?
If anyone would see how I'm like making you noticing me, I'm just raising my arm, saying, hey, I can talk about something because something is happening on the other match. So the first one was actually lost by iPood against the Angry Pandas, and now they are leading after 5 minutes with 1.5k gold, also 3 kills. Looking to they do have more pressure in jungle as well, looking very good. So we might see a third match coming here as well, and that would actually something we could capture.
How far are they into the game?
They are 5 minutes into it.
Oh, that's awesome. So almost parallel, and maybe the Radix is falling down here. Yes, he's going. Rebel Troy not falling at all. So very, very barely surviving. 3-2 at the moment, and that looks pretty good for
Dark Potato coming in, though. That's really aggressive for how low they are, especially with a Glaive. Just Glaive can do a lot of surprising damage very quickly because of that crit chance.
Yeah, so no worries about the overlay, ladies and gentlemen. The left team, the blue team, it is still Gamers2. So still was from the old game. We'll just swap this. And on the right side, the red team, it is RebelLion, as you can see, obviously from all 3 team names. let's continue.
They are going to be just continuing to farm up a slight lead for Gamers2 right now, but that is not anything to write home about. The 300 to 400 gold lead that they have here. Again, we saw very similar in the previous game. Gamers2 had a slight lead early on, and then all of a sudden Rebel just started playing significantly more aggressive like they're doing right now, picking up the kill onto Redix. There's not much Celeste can do against that.
And Bookie again with a beautiful afterburn. I mean, this is super deadly if you play against such a well-prepared Glaive. Second time here is providing that beautiful kill with the afterburn, forcing the gold miner down after 6 minutes for a total payout. And there comes a snipe, missing but well placed. No stun here laid down by Troy. Dingo escaping through the top. Dark Potato forced to go the right way, and Troy is... I was casting the ultimate, was stunned from Redix. What a play here, ladies and gentlemen. Good stuff going on 4-3.
Dingo needs to be careful with RK right there, but you know, not going to have any fight. RK is busy shopping, picking up a couple of items. Going to be grabbing a minion candy as well as finishing off getting the life spring along with the kinetic shield, obviously building towards that fountain of renewal. Not the same build at all going over on Arden, as he's just stacking up as much health as possible. 2 O-cards and a Dragon Heart.
Yeah, falling in the end here, 5-3. Great start from Dark Potato and Dingo. Let's jump back to the lane where Redix seems to have the upper hand. Both Celeste are going to execute here the Supernova, and there is Bookie coming from the bottom, activating the boots, going for the afterburn, going in position, but Redix was just a bit faster. He also activating the boots. That was just a slither of a meter there.
And looking at the scores right now, it's 3-0 for Dark Potato on this Rona. Already having a massive effect on the game. Of course, just going to be getting harder and harder to kill as the game goes on. Already having a Dragon Heart, some armor, and some shield being built to go along with the weapon power of the Rona. Now we have a fight.
Yes, Dark Potato going in. They focus Bookie because he is the just dangerous guy, and they can take him down. There comes Celeste with the ultimate. Redix is shopping, I think. I don't know what he was doing there, but preparing the ultimate. Oh, nice damage here. The gold miners joining the party, now dealing damage to Dingo, now to Redix. Oh, can Arcade pick up Dingo here? Supporter pillow fight. No, nothing is going to happen here. He is going back.
Yeah, and one thing I do want to point out there with the into the fray from Rona. Well, some of you may be wondering, hey, you know, she jumped in, why didn't it do the effect of the ability? It's actually just a graphical error. It does still show up as actually, oh, the gold miner claims 2 kills there. Oh boy, that is not good.
Wow.
For Gamers2. They did pick up the gold mine, but they lost 2 kills. Gold miner MVP.
Yeah, look.
Get him some ice.
Let's check out here the replay. Ah, there we go. Kill executed. Well done. Gold miner MVP, as said. 7-5 on the fold. 8.2,000 gold versus 7.4,000 gold. A bit of a difference. The first turret push. Maybe again this time. Oh no, core collapse, nice stun, and there comes Bookie again with the well executed, and there comes the ultimate. 1-for-1 trade so far, and Bookie here, pretty tough situation trying to escape, but I think he cannot because Dark Potato is now warming up, and oh, nicely dodged here, going to the top, and oh, Dark Potato, I don't know, eating another shot.
Being awfully aggressive, and again, that's Gamers2 really is a make or break on this aggression all the time. They need to be careful. Bucky going in, trying to get the kill, but the shield from Arden, and they're able to return one. Here comes the Solar Storm snipe, and they get the second kill there. Great job by Gamers2. Great coordination and communication, knowing that they can stay safe, baiting in with that low health Rona. It was just too enticing for RebelLion to lay off of it, and they end up paying.
Yeah, that was a well-placed Solar Storm here from Redix, and wow, a lot of action going on, not only on the Fold, but also in the studio in Germany, so we are totally hyped here and moving up and down when we see actions like that, so good the camera is not capturing us the same time, just to point that out. Okay, well, item builds. Again, Rebel Arcade looks like he's going for the clockwork. He had that in the last match. There were some questions in the chat like, clockwork, what? On a supporter? Yes, we have seen them several times in VGL, ladies and gentlemen, so this is not unusual. Of course, your stun duration is like also affected by the cooldown, obviously, and it's much lower. The ultimate, you know, the big AoE silence, everything is lowered there, and there comes the ultimate from Rebel Troy. But what a block here from Dingo onto Redix.
Yeah, those quick reflexes gonna be absolutely key with double Celeste, but here comes another big fight.
Yes, oh, nice drop, zoning 2 enemies at the top and focusing on the bottom target. This is a nice play here from Gamers2, showing that they have 100% map awareness and vision.
Yeah, huge gauntlet being thrown down. You know, so often when a lot of Celeste gets a lot of the credit for her solar storms, you know, no matter which team she's on, but so often we talk about the Arden and how crucial getting a good gauntlet down is. As are they gonna find each other? Nope, looks like everyone's just gonna walk away. But you know, a gauntlet can absolutely make or break a game. Right there, perfect placement, completely zoned Glaive away from his teammates. And we've seen so many times a gauntlet get thrown down that does literally nothing. That's probably the most effective use of the gauntlet that you could hope to have.
Alright, back to the action here on the full after this nice replay where we just saw the action again. Redix here, big damage. RK is very aggressive. There comes Bookie. He can be the game changer of the situation. Is he going for Potato? He can rush over the top wall. Knock back Redix, and I'm just talking about that, and he does it, but he's eating all the damage, falling in the end. Well, protection here provided by Dingo. Wow, Gamers2 aware of every situation, and the snipe from Troy, just like that.
Reflex block there was actually what saved Redix from Bucky, and then now turns it into 1 kill. The turret doing so much damage and having so many defenses, Catherine cannot burn through it, and that is a second kill, just a fraction of a second away from getting the ace buff, as Rebel Bucky had respawned just in time. But Gamers2 and RebelLion, these two are just absolutely duking it out. Dark Potato wants to take this turret, but he's taking a lot of damage from Glaive, ends up using Into the Fray to get out of the fray and out to safety.
Wow, I think the kill count is just very high, 22 just after 13, almost 14 minutes. Could be the highest of this matchup for the night. And let's go here to the top. Rebel Bucky and well placed, and no chance for Redix at all to escape. Dingo dropping that gauntlet for now. No reason. He wants to protect the turret, but of course it's only 1 slap, so I think this is questionable, trying to just gap those 2 to 3 seconds here.
Yeah, let's see. Goldmine is being taken here by RebelLion. It is going to be going over. No contest from Gamers2 there. Only a tiny gold payout, but it is right before the Kraken, so they should be able to get the second tiny gold payout when Kraken spawns at 15 minutes. So good pick up by them. And 14-9, but a 2,000 gold lead for Gamers2. See if they can keep up this pressure. They once again have not put much attention on the lane, but here comes another fight.
Yes, the stun on Redix, long duration counter stun. Now Bookie's going in, taking the advantage. Blast Tremor from RK just before he's falling. A lot of damage onto Bookie. 2-0 trade. Arden picking up both kills. There comes the sniper. What a block, ladies and gentlemen. Here, Gamers2 taking the lead, not only in goal but also in kill count here on the Fold. They just need to push the first turret, which did not happen yet.
A lot of damage being put onto Troy, though. He's going to have a difficult time defending this turret, as As Reddick's just going to push that one in with some minions. Not a whole lot gained off of that, though. They got the 2 kills and still haven't actually picked up the objective. You see just how much less damage that turret takes once the minions are no longer within range. And just some jungle stolen away by Gamers2. Not a whole lot, but you know, it's enough to just deny gold from RebelLion, which is all you're really looking for.
Alright, 10-1 in 4, Dark Potato is, and Reddick's 3-5-7, Dingo is 3-3-9. So those are all pretty solid stats, and Dark Potato, of course, here the major problem, Sorrow Blade, Blazing Salvo, Tier 2 boots, Aegis, and the Shiver Steel applied now to RK. He can't really escape, and look at that, bursting down the tank just like that.
Clearing out some scout traps, now turning their attention into the mid lane. The gauntlet goes down, catches Rebel Troy, a huge solar storm, picking up that kill. They want this ace, but Bucky's just going to use that afterburn to get away. They do finally pick up that first turret. They have a minion wave pushing in towards the second, but I think they're going to be looking for this Kraken to get an assisted push going forward now. And of course, the heal that they missed out on by not getting that ace.
Good stuff going on. Kraken unleashed for the first time in the third match here. 4,000 gold ahead. Gamers2 currently is there, fighting both for the tournament life here. The team who's going to lose, the team will be eliminated.
This is such an important game. Such a tense moment in this game. RebelLion having to defend for their lives. Of course, they do not have that scarf that can delete the Kraken, but it is going to be Celeste being deleted, and that is such a huge source of damage taken off the map by Gamers2. We're going to easily take this turret. Rebel Arcade taking a lot of damage as well, as he just has to back off, and Kraken only taking about 1/5 of its health means that they're going to continue pushing in onto this third turret. Bucky going to do what he can, but that's not going to be a whole lot. Another huge solar storm coming out and dropping Bucky to the point where he needs to go back to base. Turret is down. Kraken still over half health.
So can this be the final push? I don't know, but it looks like Gamers2 is putting pressure across the board, and only one turret is standing before the Vein Crystals open, but this Kraken is going to fall here from the Heliogenesis. Rebel Troy picking up that one. 500 gold per player, but still they are almost, exactly 4,000 gold behind at the moment. It is 5. Oh, gauntlet drop! Again, they want to lock it down, they want to force the fight, they want to clear the match. Rebel Troy is falling by Rona, the beast is just unleashed. Look at this damage, the auto attack, and what a knockback. Wow.
Yeah, this could be the game. Bucky and RK having to sit in their base, but there aren't minions in the base just yet, so they're not actually going to finish. Not wanting to risk that. Oh, Rex getting caught by the afterburn, trying to recall. That's going to be a kill going over to RebelLion. Maybe the first step in the comeback right there, but it's only going to keep them delayed for about 30 seconds before he is back alive again.
RK just checking out where the others are, providing some vision across the board. Glaive, Bookie here joining, and look at that, the stun well countered from the reflex block here by Dark Potato. Dingo giving some movement speed with the Vanguard. Bookie taking down that camp.
I am jumping quickly in since no one is talking. I do have some information. Pew 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 Laser got kicked out by Red Chimera, and we do have Ipus closing in very closely against the Angry Pandas, and they might be able to push it to a third game, but there's something happening in lane as well.
Hold your thoughts, there comes the ultimate all the way, but not dealing damage here because RK is the tank, so 1-0 trade in this situation. So far, Bookie is now coming, he has some damage against Dark Potato and Dingo, so that can be the final situation. Dark Potato, they have to back up.
Bucky with that AoE damage, the cleave on those criticals that Glaive has, able to do a lot of damage, but they're still alive. RK getting caught in the gauntlet is going to fall. That is 2 members down, but Rebel Troy is going to be back up in about 10 seconds. Just to remind everyone, the winner of this game makes it to the quarterfinals, which does in fact secure them a spot in Vainglory League Season 1. So there is so much riding on this game, let alone this match, as the winner of this game will be the ones moving on.
Yeah, and also place 5 until 8th, they also get a payout from the prize pool, not to forget that. So it's not only about the enter, but also a little bit about the money. Kraken is here on the fold and getting immediately captured from Gamers2. They want to force the final push. I think there is nothing RebelLion can do at this point. Oh, cancellation from the backport. Radix, there comes the Warhorn to the activation. The ultimate. Bookie is falling. Tough spot now for RebelLion.
Yeah, that is, this should be the game once the Kraken does push on in. They just have to sit here and continue to harass and keep the health bars low. Rebel Troy dropping so low, having to walk back into the base. And they're just waiting for the Kraken to show up so that they can push in and try and end this game 23-10 with a about 8,000 gold lead. A lot of good damage being put back out by Troy. But, oh, he gets caught. There's the gauntlet. This could be the game.
Yeah, the Solar Storm dealing a lot of damage, but Troy falling to Rona. So does Arkai. And this is the match, ladies and gentlemen. Gamers2 succeeding here in that match, moving on to the Vainglory League quarterfinals for the first season in Europe.
And since that